So I'm definitely going to get into the nitty gritty when it comes to this whole B. Simone plagiarism fiasco that she has brought upon herself. If you want to hear what I got to say, because you know I definitely have something to say about this topic. You know I do. Stick around, watch this video to the end. I'll see you guys after the intro. What's going on YouTube? Keena Renee here. I am back with another video for you. If this is your first time here on my channel, Keena, I am all about sharing facts and fun for content creators of all kinds, which means that I create content for you because you are more than likely a content creator since you have a YouTube channel and you clicked on this video. Am I right? Go ahead and say yes because you know that I am. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel because I'm telling you I have lots and lots and lots of goodies for you to dive into on my channel. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the topic at hand. So today I want to talk about B. Simone, and not necessarily just B. Simone, because obviously what happened with B. Simone is the reason why I wanted to do this video, and just kind of share my tips on how you can avoid a B. Simone situation, because what happened to B. Simone honestly could happen to any of us, especially as we get bigger in our brands and the more people that we hire on underneath us. But there are a few things that you can do to avoid it, and let's just go ahead and talk about that first. So the biggest thing that I want to talk about, and really just what I think is the ultimate reason why this happened to B. Simone, is your team. When you are building your team, you have to build a solid team around you. Now, your team, obviously, it can consist of, if you want to bring your people on, hire your best friend, whatever the case may be, your homies that's on the block, you want to bring them with you, that's all good and dandy, because for Black people, you know, that's what we do. Whenever we get on and we get to a certain point, we bring our people with us. That's just embedded in us. However, you have to understand that your team is ultimately an extension of you and your brand. So with that in mind, you have to be sure that the people that you have around you are a perfect fit when it comes to yourself and your brand. Any type of mishaps or mistakes that a person on your team may make, it doesn't matter what it may be, especially if people know that this person is working with you or under you per se, that is ultimately going to be a reflection of you. The number one thing to keep in mind when you're building your team, that I think is the most important piece, is you want to have people around you that's honest and that they understand what your brand standards are. You don't want to have people that's on your team that's just going to do things to skate by or half-ass different things. You want people on your team that understand that, look, hey, this is what the standard is for my friend's brand or this brand, and I'm going to uphold it. You want people that are honest, and not just in general like an honest person, like somebody that will also be honest with you, so that when you do mess up and you do have a B. Simone situation, like, they gonna keep it 100. They'll be like, look, sis, you messed up. This wasn't the thing to do. This ain't it. It's all good. You learn from your mistakes, but at the same time, we gonna have to do better. That's the type of person that you need on your team. And I really feel like with B. Simone, that was like the biggest thing, is she has people on her team that were just deflecting, placing the blame on others instead of just being honest with her and honest about the situation and just being like, hey, this ain't it. I mean, this ain't it. So you definitely need a solid team and a good team around you. It doesn't have to be big. It can just be one or two people, but you just have to be sure that the people you have around you are people that are trustworthy and that they understand the standard that you set for your brand, because at the end of the day, if something goes down, it's going to be a reflection on you and you only. Next thing that I want to talk about is just having some sort of checks and balance system. Making sure that if you're creating any type of content or going through and creating a project, that you double and triple check and to be sure that everything is up to par and up to standards. And that includes you as the name and the face of a brand. As an entrepreneur, that's what you are. You are the name and face of your brand and of your company. You want to be sure that you take the time to double and triple check the work, and you don't just depend on somebody else to do it for you, because at the end of the day, the only person that's going to do it up to your standards or the way that you want it done is going to be you. My mama taught me that in elementary school. I don't know about y'all. So again, you want to be sure that you have that system in place and that you stick to it. I think sometimes as entrepreneurs, and this may be the case for B. Simone. I'm not saying this isn't the case for me, because I'm a one-person, team. It's just me, myself, and I. As people get bigger and their brands get bigger, they tend to want to cut corners. I mean, they start small, and as they start to get bigger, there's certain corners that you're able to cut, and we just don't subscribe to that in 2020, you guys. You got to do the work. Next thing I want to talk about is creating content that is actually within your expertise and within your niche. So I say this to say, as far when it comes to entrepreneurs and influencers, you're able to get to a certain level because you establish yourself as an expert, as a thought leader in whatever industry that you're in. So when you create content, you want to create content that aligns with your expertise, so that you don't have to rely on outside thoughts and outside people to create something that you can do on your own. That's like me. Now, I'm in PR, right? But I specialize in music PR. So if I was to put out a ebook or something on fashion PR, I would have to consult and talk to somebody else, because I know absolutely nothing about fashion PR. That's why you really have to be specific in what it is that you're doing. Now, I can do a book all about PR industry as a whole, but if I wanted to do something like a fashion or any type of PR like in healthcare, I would definitely have to consult with publicists that are already thought leaders and have experience in that field. So when you're creating content, you want to create content on topics and subjects that you know best, because if you don't, you're obviously going to want to research and take other people's work, and that's just not what we're doing and subscribing to in 2020. With that in mind, however, the last thing that I want to talk about is collaboration. Now, if I wanted to go and do that fashion PR book, I would absolutely collaborate with somebody, another content creator or publicist that works in fashion PR, and create a project or whatever the case may be. Collaborating with people is always going to be a plus, and it's always going to be helpful because it creates content in itself. Just recently, I collaborated with a bunch of other Black women in PR to create this piece on Medium speaking about racial inequality and diversity within the PR and communication space. Now, with that, it was a beautiful piece. I got to collaborate with different publicists, and we put together something, and it was in our own words. B. Simone could have widened her audience if she just would have reached out to the content creators that she plagiarized from and included them in her book, instead of just copying and pasting and putting her name on it as if she created the work. Nobody is a one-trick pony, y'all. I truly believe that if B. Simone went the route of collaboration for her book, that definitely would have made a bigger impact and widened her audience, because I'm pretty sure some of the content creators that she plagiarized from may not have even known who B. Simone was. It's just always better to collaborate. That's my take on it. In general, when it comes to this B. Simone fiasco and plagiarizing, if you've had any experience working in journalism or in any field in which you are responsible to create content, you know that plagiarism is like the #1 biggest no-no that you can actually do. As an entrepreneur and a content creator myself, I've been in positions where I've represented celebrities and their brands, and one thing that is just always just understood is whenever I was out at an event or any type of public space where I was representing that brand, I was representing the person behind that brand and not necessarily myself. Because at the end of the day, like I said before, it's always going to fall back on the name. It's always going to be a reflection of them. So when this happened with B. Simone, I was so disappointed in her. As a black woman, I was rooting for her. I was excited that she was doing so well, that she was able to make the money and be this self-made black woman that's doing so good in her field and connecting with people and just really building herself. Because B. Simone's young. I'm a little bit older, but I understand that this is still probably new for her, and this is definitely a learning experience. However, again, I just think that she, initially went about it the wrong way. You should never, your first thought should never be to place the blame elsewhere, especially when this is you, like you're the entrepreneur and you're the brand, you're the public figure. You should automatically want to look within yourself and just say like, hey, I messed up, I'm gonna get down to the bottom of it. I understand that B. Simone I heard that she's a very sweet young lady and such a wonderful and a beautiful person, but she messed up, and I'm glad that she has decided to, take accountability. She made a statement.
Hey you guys, it's B. Simone. Y'all know me. I have been vulnerable, real, transparent, honest throughout my whole career, and this moment isn't any different. I want to make a quick short video and address all of the accusations surrounding my book. I had a vision to create a book for young women to change their mindset and to manifest, because that is how I feel like I became successful in life. That is my truth. That's what I know about. So that's what I wanted to teach young women, manifestation. I wanted to tell them my story, right? I've never written a book. I've never been an author. So as an influencer, as a creative, as an entrepreneur, me and my team outsourced. We hired a team that we trusted, that we thought could bring my vision to life. And they did a lot of things without my knowledge. I'm here to fix it. I've reached out to every creative involved, every female involved to fix this issue. I'm taking full accountability because at the end of the day, I'm the leader. I'm the CEO. I'm the coach. So, it's my brand. I take full accountability, even though I did not know. I'm not going to run from this. I'm going to face it head on. I'm learning, I'm growing every single day.
As you see in her own words, she said that, she was definitely apologetic in regards to, the other content creators whose work was used in her book without her knowledge. She said she was disappointed in her team, which goes back to what I was saying. You definitely need a solid team around you. Like, that's the number one most important thing. And it takes time to build a solid team. I'm not saying this is, something that you can have right away. It definitely takes time. And she also just stated that, look, I messed up. I understand, and I'm going to do better moving forward. And that's really the only thing that she can do. That's all that us as people, her, the public, that's really the only thing that we can ask of her, is for her to learn from this and move forward. And I truly hope the best for B. Simone. I truly do. All right, you guys, I know that was a lot. Thank you so much for watching this video. Once again, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Look out for my new video on Tuesday. I know this was supposed to be on Friday, but Friday was Juneteenth, and I had some other stuff going on Friday. It was very difficult. But if you notice, I have the community tab on my YouTube channel now, because I am a 1K creator, y'all. Any updates that I'll have on my channel, I will post on the community page. So just stay tuned. Look at that page. That's where I'm going to be posting all my updates and different polls and things of that nature. So if you want to get involved and more interactive with me, I'm going to start doing shout outs too. I'm going to start doing shout outs on my channel. So comment down below, relax, if you watch this to the end and you want to be shouted out in my next video. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on Tuesday. Peace.